Hey, good morning. Tansa tawe ka kianwa kumakantik. Stogi sigawanos. Paska hupisim. Kuto sapagimao. So what I just said was good morning, everybody. Good day, good morning. It's a good, beautiful morning. It is Wednesday, June the 16th. I just finished saying that in Nehiyawetan in the language. But anyway, so I'm going to make a little, last time here, gave you the Cree words for the four elements: fire, water, earth, which includes Mother Earth, and air. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go a little deeper into each one of those four elements, what I have been taught, the spiritual aspect. I had to smudge before I started talking about these four elements. The reason why I had to smudge in our culture, excuse me, is they are mataustic. They're spiritual. Those four elements, each one of them a mataustic. And they were gifts to us from Gutawino. They were gifted to us by the Creator, each of these four elements. But what I'm going to share with you is what I have been told and what I have been taught for each one of these four elements, that we have to, there's ways to give thanks to each one of them, and they protect us. The things that I was told and taught growing up. And if you have any questions, I'll do my very best to answer them. Okay. So first of all, I would like to thank the Kuhtawino for Kutakis ka Mahuikwa for lending us another day. It's a beautiful day. And I would like to thank all the old people. I would like to thank them for sharing their knowledge that what I'm about to pass on. I don't think it was meant to keep it to myself. Because they were told too from their past generations, something that they were told and taught. Okay, we'll start with fire. Iskuteo. Iskuteo, it was actually given to the squail to be the protector of the fire, to protect it. At the same time, the iskuteo, they had jobs that they were, two jobs actually, to keep the home warm, to cook the meat, and to be used for ceremonial purposes. Growing up, I was the woman, squirrel, that took care of the fire. Even to give thanks to the fire. I remember no gum. Even my mom used to tell me, Sam, iskuteo. They used to tell me, feed the fire. To, to be thankful that the fire is still with us. The fire is very, very powerful. If you don't treat the fire with respect, the fire can hurt you. Even you're taught from an early age, kids are taught at a very early age to respect the fire. Old people used to tell the kids, kay pa puta taiskwiteo, do not blow on the fire, or else come siut ni tan. They say, don't blow on the fire, or else the big wind will come. The wind will come and stick up for the fire. These elements, they help each other. If one is in trouble, the other one will come. That's what I was taught. And another thing was, do not play with the fire. I remember this. I bet you a lot of you people remember being told this. If you play with fire, you'll pee the bed. Have you, Braden, have you been told that? No? All the kids, I remember in my era, we were told, even some out there were told, don't play with the fire. Pee the bed, or else it'll hurt you badly. It'll burn you. Fire is a very powerful spirit, but you have to really protect, show respect for it. And I'm going to tell you, you have to show, in order to give thanks to it. People, we use it for smudging. We do not, when we make a fire, we don't blow on the fire with our breath. That's the wind, the air, come and do that for you. You can help it along by fanning it with something. It's, this is what I was told. The Iskoteo just loves bimis. If you know what that means. That's what my mom said. Fire loves bimis. Loves the fire. That's why we always have bimis when we go to a feast, the first one there. We feed that fire. That's, when you go to a feast, that's the first thing they set down. That's the one that they set down before the rest of the food is set down. Bimis. So when you have a little bimis, if you have a fire outside, just go feed that fire, that bimis that you have. And at the same time, you say a little prayer to that kakisimu, to that fire, easamat. And you're thanking the fire for, helping you in your everyday life existence. Like, cooking your food, keeping you warm, and all this. You're thanking Iskoteo. So that is, we have all these, if you treat the fire with respect and thanks, it'll give back to you the same thing. So kamanatsi hataw kimusum no Iskoteo. Show respect for our Musum Iskoteo, the fire. So yeah, that's what I was told. That is one of the 4 elements that the Creator gifted us. But we have to show respect for Iskoteo. And the woman is the one that I was told was given that element to take care of, including, kasamat, to feed it, because that's his favorite food. So now that we have kind of what I was told, sharing it with you, what I was told about Iskoteo, kimusum no Iskoteo. The next one is nipi. Okay, water. Water, nipi, is also mahtausit. Very spiritual, strong. It has the power to hurt a person or help a person. That's why that is why it is used to, sweats, they use a lot of nipi, they give thanks for it. They use it to to put it on the asini, the rock. Okay, the rock. The water nipi and Kawinoski, because in Kawinoski you have asini there, so those two they really work together. They were I would say they were partnered up. Okay, and again, nipi. Sinunap, that's what they very, very strong mahtauset, very strong grandfather. And that's why even growing up, we were always told, manati tanipi, show respect for the water. Don't play with it. Even though we had barrels of water, that's what we lived on, the rainwater. We were never allowed to play with nipi, the water. We were taught at a very young age to show respect for nipi, because it's a very powerful musumno. It really helps a person, but can really hurt a person too if they don't show respect. You hear all about these Akamaski, the other side, you have all these tsunamis. I think they forget to give thanks to the nipi. That's how powerful nipi is too. But it was so we were taught not to play with nipi. We were always shown that water is very precious. Nipi is very precious. Not to kuntagamah metagya, not to play around with it. And I'm going to share something with you. We've been doing it in my family for as long as I can remember. I used to remember my late musho. He used to come to our house. She used to ask my late mom, "Mate tawasak utayan so." She used to. This would happen in the early spring when the snow was melting, the water, or the stream and the water in the creeks would start melting. Okay, they would. My Muslim would come to my house and ask my late mom, "Tans, my daughter, gather all your children's clothing, one piece, something old that maybe they outgrew or but one clothing from each child, and you guys, gistamina, all of you." He would say, my daughter, I want you to get one piece of clothing from all your kids, something old, but that they outgrew or something, it's something of their own clothing, including you guys too. My Muslim would gather all these pieces of clothing, and he would put them in a bag, and he would get on this horse. He would get on this horse, and he would ride towards the creek, Sibisi. Till I asked my kokum, I said, "Nokum, Tantan man Muslim ito." They said, "Where does my Muslim go with all those clothes?" And she finally told me, after I asked her, "In Tawasa mat nipi." She said, "He's going to go feed the water, your clothing. And in return, in tutamawat, kamyu mahtui kahkiukiawaw, kahkiukianoma." She said, she's going to offer all your clothing to that water. In return, asking that water, that we all are healthy for the rest of the spring, summer, and fall, till the next spring. So once a year man, my Muslim would do that once a year in the spring. Ikaw naman he taught that to one of my brothers. My brother still does that. I gather all my kids, my grandchildren's, and our family's clothing, one piece of clothing. And I would give tobacco, cigarettes to my brother and those clothes. And he'll go in the spring when the water is okechwa, when the creek the water is flowing real fast. In the early, the spring when it's melting, when the waters are flowing fast, that's when you go. He would, he took them already, so yeah, we still do that in our family. Kaya kapits manik siya tutama. Kasawem go awa, ni musum nanipi. Okay, he would, for the water, musum water, musum nipi, to bless us, to protect us for the rest of the year till the next year. That's what I was taught about nipi. That too, we have to show respect for it, and cannot play with it. It's a living thing to us. Munya sagon, they don't regard it as living things. Even fire, they don't see it as a living thing. Okay, the next one I'm going to talk about is a big topic, is Gawinoski, earth, a ski. The word for earth is a ski. And the word for Mother Earth is Gawinoski, Mother Earth. Because she is our mother. We live on top of her. Okay? And she's a big part of us, a big part of our lives. Everything grows from her that we need to survive on. And thank you, Charles Cardinal. Thank you for what you're saying about your Tapwe young people are forgetting our language. And including with the language, there's all these teachings. And you cannot separate, the language, the teachings, and the culture. You can't separate them once. You can't do that. There's no way you can do that. But anyways, let's go back to Mother Earth, Gawinoski. Imsigitita Gawinoski. She's big. I once heard this story. I'll come back to what I need to say. I once heard this story about this person passed away a long time ago. The 4 different kind of humans were made. Okay. There was Wapsku Yasawa, Munyas, white person. There was Sekipatwas, there was Asian. Kaskutelias, a black person. Ego Nehio, Waino, the different First Nations people. Each one of them was given different parts of this world to rule over. Ego kya no mu tagawiga, kya no megi migusiaski, this North America, as they call it, kya no mainuak, eutegi kauya. We are placed here. And our job was to take care of this earth, this part of this earth. Ego istaan ko takuninsto. Istao tegiahit. Agamaski. Even that word, agamaski. Agamaski means on the other side of Mother Earth. Agam. Gihchigami. Gihchigami means the end of this land, like British Columbia and New Brunswick. we have these different First Nations people. They're all over this North America, as they call it. And we were given Kianoma, Ainuak. Ainuak means all First Nations people. Nehiyawak are Cree people. Same thing, we have different tribes like Bosimuak or Costa Rodo, the Dakotas. Nahkawinuak or Soto. And then you have Kasteosteok and, all of these different tribes. But we're all related some way or another because we were also there, all these other tribes were given dominion, Gaituan. They were given each a section of this land to take care of Kanakatogich, Kawinua Oski. Not to make a profit of this. That's one of the things the old people used to tell me. This land was given to us to live on, not to make a profit out of it. Kianoma, we were never meant to be rich. The only way we are rich is through family, like, Josim Snook, our kids, grandchildren, so forth. You're really rich if you get to see to be a Japan or an Skutapan, a great Japan. That is rich. But it was back to Gawinoa Skiowa. Gawinoa Ski was given all these different plants to sustain us and for us to take care of it. They put the water on top. Every once in a while, we have to give thanks to Mother Earth. That's why we have these ceremonies in the summer. That's our way. Like, Gawigo do a feast. Kampagwesimo a Sundance. Kawasagamesimo. Kapeheusimo, and all these different ceremonies. So she can bless us as we're dancing on her. With our feet. Kamusiha. That is our way of saying thanks. We dance on her body. But also at the same time, we have to show respect. We have to show our young people Kamanatsihatsik to show respect for Mother Earth. One of the ways is, this grassawa was tagasa. That's her hair. To teach them not to burn it, not to pluck at her grass, the Creator made Mother Earth like that. Right now, Mother Earth, it looks so beautiful right now. She's so lovely. Very lovely. The most beautiful, even in Nagatagwak in the fall, she looks so lovely, so colorful. But in the winter, Mangapepo, she sleeps. She covers herself up with a beautiful white blanket. Yeah, so that's, for us to give thanks, we have, we walk her body, on her body. We. And that's how she blesses us, when we do, just now in Sweetgrass, and this past weekend there was a there was a Sundance, and the dancers, the people walking there were being blessed at the same time, and Mother Earth too is being thanked that way. Because, she feels the beat of the people. Yeah, so that's Gawinoski, or Earth Aski Gawinoski. So the last one I'm going to talk about is air, Utahtamuin. We can also put Yutin in here. Yutin. You know, you tinawa and air, they're the same thing because when the wind blows, it's bringing us fresh air. There's the air comes in from different directions. And that's one of the things, I was taught growing up too. You tinawa, a suksit can actually hurt a person. And they can actually, form, there's a wind that you tin can actually form into a much stronger kimusumno. Tayo, the spirit. And, the spirit is what we call, in English, they call it a tornado. And in Cree, we call it pistusu. That wind can come in different directions. I remember growing up the air and the wind are the same thing. Because when the wind blows, you tahtama, the air. The air circulates in this Gawinoski on the Mother Earth from these different winds, these musum winds. We have a wind that comes from Kiwetenu, the north. That's the cold one. And then, if you go around this way, east wind, we call that Sagasteno. In south, Apitagisigano. And the west is Paksimuta. And I remember this, my kuko, my mom, they used to say, Nakatoke. The wind, you tinawa, when it brings the air in, the one if the wind is coming from the east, Sagasteno, you gotta watch it. Yain sit. Very powerful, that one. It doesn't really, what would I say? I wish you understood, some of you. Yain sit, that's what I used to hear my people say. Nagatoke. Very strong, powerful. If the storm is coming from the east, you gotta be careful. It's a very scary, powerful storm if you see clouds coming from the east. I remember being told that. And we have, and as you go around Umsis, from the south, it's a kind of a very warm, in some ways, hot wind. That the air, when the wind comes from the south, the air is, it gets thick. And the Iote from the south, from the west, Paksimuta, it's a kind of that one is a warm air, not as hot as you would think. That's where the Wachia, if you understand what that word means, Wachia are mountains. If another wind comes from the mountains, Wachia, it's kind of a coolish type air that comes from there, the wind blows it in. But anyways, we were taught growing up how to show our respect to the winds. We were taught the color to buy to get a print for that you tin, especially pistuso. I had bought you try and do that once every year too. You buy the cloth and you offer it to the wind and you hang it up outside the wind, to protect you, your family, your homestead. That's those are the teachings I was told about the four elements growing up. And one thing I was told was, never complain about the temperature. If it's hot, be thankful. Because, there's a reason why it's hot sometimes. And trying to burn the sickness out. And the wind, the water will always come and stick up for that heat. So look what happened yesterday. We had, even though it was really hot, the water came and the wind. So they all work together like this. And at the same time, we have to show respect for them. So that's all I need to, I wanted to share with you, with the people, what I was told, the teachings. And I'm just going to let you people know tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Thursday. I have asked Nuchawis. I shouldn't say his name, but I'll say it. I've asked him, Eric Tatusas, to come on at 1 o'clock tomorrow to talk about the Pamatuna treaties. And I have asked him to talk about the historical, short little talks, the historical part of the treaties, the Pamatuna, what he knows about the historical parts of it. Thank you, Shar Cardinal. Shar, let us know. Like I was saying, Eric Tatus will talk about tomorrow at 1 o'clock, talk about the historical part, like how did they start? And then he will talk about the now implications, what's happening with our treaties now. As you all know, if you're a treaty Indian, you notice that there's a lot of our stuff. Oh, okay. Wahil, Beaver, and pass this on, please, Shar, for people to listen. It's free, like you can listen. So you'll talk about the now. Like as you all know, that a lot of our treaty rights, obligations, like, they're slowly, the government is slowly cutting them off, like the medical, the education, and a lot of other stuff. Not like before, which is our treaty right. And also, to talk about the future, what does he think the treaties are going to be? What are they going to be like in the future, especially for our young people, even the kids that are that are yet to come? What's the treaties going to be like for them? So pass that on tomorrow at 1. Eric Tatus will talk about the Pamatuna treaties. Anybody's, and after that, we're going to have some time for anybody that wants to ask questions about, ask questions to Eric in regards to treaties. Everything you always wanted to know about treaties and were afraid to ask. So, yes, me too. Sure, Nista. Egustamuak. What is I worry about those young people, about the ones that are not here yet, that have yet to come. What's going to happen to their future as treaty people? Like, oh my goodness. Yeah. Tapi, yes, and yeah. So with that, please listen in tomorrow, and thank you for listening to me. Yeah. Okay, Sam, have a great day.